I maybe I want to give advice to, I don't know. So basically, um, if you're a mid 20s, late 20s male having very little success with women, at this point, you probably have discovered the black pill. And I have to say that I think once once you swallow the black pill, there's there's no going back. It's quite cynical and it's quite well, it's kind of just the truth. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know what the black pill is these days. I tend to avoid black pill content because it kind of just it continuously reinforces this like um very like helpless narrative, even though it's likely true. That's the part that sucks. Nonetheless, it's just like most black pill videos are just people talking about um just like just backing up the black pill. So there's plenty of that, and I'm not going to do that because it's very depressing. Yeah, truth hurts sometimes, and instead, I kind of want to give advice to basically a younger version of myself, um, who was, I guess, like an incel or something. Um, for one, I have to say, lower your standards a little bit. If you are listening to this, um, you you got to lower your standards because I mean, okay, so from my experience, with basically never getting any action or any luck, um, I definitely was there was like if I were to reflect, I'd have to kind of go back in time in my brain. I definitely let some opportunities just kind of pass me by because I was like a bit picky. I was like, she's not quite like the beauty standard that I want. But then it's like, damn, I could have maybe been in a happy relationship with like a kind of ugly girl. But it's like I'm not much of a catch, so so that's the whole black pill thing. If you're not good looking, um, and don't meet like the beauty standards of like the mainstream, you're not like it's gonna be very hard like to hook up with a 10 out of 10. It's possible, but it's like it seems like it's like the odds are similar to winning the lottery. Maybe not so. That's a bit exaggerated. Um, I do actually. So this is a bit red pill of me, but I actually believe that if you have like crazy good riz, you can definitely shoot for higher score than what you're appearing to be like what your appearances are. Like you can kind of aim higher if your riz is crazy good. Like it has to be like off the charts good. You have, but that's just like you have to ooze confidence. And I have seen some like uglier people that have like an aura about them, and I'm just like, damn, like this person has a fucking aura. And so I don't know. I think so. Actually, on that note, I think that it's just possible to build your aura up. Um, but and it actually ties into the advice that I want to give my former self. The advice is don't just don't chase. Like I know it's kind of hard, but it's like I don't know. Maybe keep the dating apps and only swipe while you're taking a shit. And I would borderline say just delete the dating app. Like you're not getting any luck on dating apps. Just axe them from your phone. It brings more misery seeing you like if you swipe constantly and get zero matches. That brings more misery than just not having the app. So get rid of dating apps is one. Two, like this is pretty standard stuff, but hit the gym. Basically, looks max. Like yeah, if you're short, bald, and ugly, kind of like me. Actually, I don't think I have the worst facial features, but being I am short and bald, so it's like whoopsie daisy. That's no bueno. Um, yeah, so basically looks max. So hit the gym and just get jacked. Honestly, getting jacked makes a bit of a difference. I haven't really gotten jacked, but I've put on a little bit more muscle, slightly to the point where it's noticeable a little bit, and I have received compliments from women about it. So it's visible. If you're a skinny twig man, and you're bald and you're short, it's a I don't know. I don't know. You could transmax potentially. I could have gone down the route of transmaxing, but I'm a coward. So, well, I just made a video about how I'm afraid to transition, but also I don't know. I think my reasons for not doing it are pretty good. Um, Damn, there's a mosquito here. It's trying to fuck with me. Okay, this is gonna bug me. The mosquito. Um, okay, yeah. So get off dating apps, hit the gym, like really like consistently, and like don't. So I was sort of kind of I was like exercising. I was exercising my whole life, I would say, but never to build muscle mass. So like if you hit the gym, it's good. That's good. You're hitting the gym, so like that's good. But if you're going there just to kind of like go and get your physical exercise for the day, there's so the gym kind of like it's kind of like not a like it's kind of a shit place. I don't know. It can be a good place if you make it a good place. But for me, the gym was always like this is like it was always a weird. The gym itself felt like a strange dystopian commentary on society. Um, it just felt like, oh my god, this is a pure reflection of the hamster wheel inside the like hamster cage. Like, go and exercise yourself, so because the human needs exercise, so you don't fucking like atrophy and waste away. Um, okay, but if you go to the gym to just to get your exercise in, I would say do and like go bouldering, go rock climbing, go like literally do anything but the gym. The gym, its only purpose is to gain muscle mass. So if you're gonna go to the gym, do it in the way where you're aiming to gain muscle mass. So watch a bunch of videos on how to do that. Record your personal records, and like keep a workout journal. Otherwise, if you're going to the gym just to stay healthy, fuck that. Pick anything else. Pick something fun and social. Like again, I think rock climbing and bouldering are fantastic options to stay in good shape. You're not going to build muscle mass doing bouldering, but if you want to stay in good healthy shape, you'll it's fun. Or dance lessons or dancing and stuff like that. So um, yeah, if you're gonna go to the gym, do it exclusively for vanity, and that is to build muscle mass and to look more aesthetic. If you're just getting a gym membership just to stay active, that is you're wasting your time. Okay. What next? Okay, yeah. I'm guessing if you're in your mid 20s, maybe you have a career beginning to flourish. Um, so depending on what your career is, if you're really fucking loving your job so much, then invest your extracurricular time if you love it so much in developing and harnessing those skills. Honestly, that's the best thing you can do. I didn't really like my job so much back when I was I don't even want to call it career driven, but I was like working on my career, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say it. Um but I had hobbies, but I never pursued so I feel now at like almost 33, I'm more serious about my hobbies than I've ever been. And it feels good. It just feels a little bit late, but feels nice. So basically engage with your hobbies full throttle. Um, so, for example, if you do end up getting into rock climbing and you really like it, then I don't know, go like full on because what happens when you engage in your hobbies and things you enjoy, communities begin to open up. And if you get really good at things in general, you do become desirable further down the line. Um, you become a holder of knowledge, and in smaller settings, um, yeah, you're just more desirable. I have to kill this mosquito. This is ruining my. I don't even know where it is. Um, yeah. So yeah, engage in your hobbies fully. Um, and if you are making money, with your job and your so first of all, save money. Save money to always have aside for a rainy day. Um, so if you're working, if it's a minimum wage, then maybe it's very hard to save money. So try to work towards working something that pays above minimum wage and is a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a different talk on careers and stuff like that. But if you're making money and you've got your rent and your bills covered, or if you're staying with your so also another word of advice: don't stay with your parents. Um, I don't know. It really this actually depends on the person, but if you had a good, healthy childhood, healthy parenting styles from your parents, then I would say maybe it's fine to spend time with them if you need to save some money. Um, if you didn't, if you had a like, if they just did a poor job parenting you, if you're gonna stay with them for longer than I would say a month, um, it's going to put you in a place where you were as an insecure child. Like I would say, if you're very insecure and very self conscious and unconfident, part of that reason is society. So, for example, if you haven't had any action with any women, and aren't having any action with any women, that's that's I don't want to say it's your fault because, but it's you in relation to society. Now, if you also have really low self confidence and fear about doing things and stuff like that, you also have to see the other side of the coin. Is how did your parents rear you? Um, I'm gonna say if you have low self confidence, part of it could be society. I would say the other part is your parents. So for me, I have low self confidence, and it's a twofold thing. Um, Though, however, I actually find my low self esteem comes more from my familial um, upbringing, actually, rather than society. So when I was staying with my parents, and I've had stints where I stayed this past fall for 3 months there. And that was bad, and I've definitely stayed for longer durations in my 20s. Bad, bad, bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. That being said, you have to weigh in the options. If you're dead ass broke, got no job, no nothing, it's hard. It's a hard situation to be in. Still, there's always the option you can go live on a farm and do work exchange. You can literally go to the website workaway.com. It's $50, I think 50 US. Um, you get a profile and you can see in your own country. You can see it's a global thing and see if there's any place you can stay for. Honestly, some people will host you for 6 months, um, maybe even a year. Depends on your host. Depends on what they need. So that could be in some ways kind of expensive, in the sense of you have to buy a plane ticket to go there, or you can stay in your own country, so it's not so harsh. There are some actually on that website, Workaway. There's places that offer pay. You're not going to make a lot of money though. It's not Workaway is not an option for making money. So get that out of your head for Workaway for making money. But yeah. So yeah, so that's that advice. Don't stay with their parents unless it's dire, but uh, there's always other options, even if you're in a financial pinch. I mean, that's kind of sort of what I'm doing right now. In a bit of a financial pinch, but I don't want to be with my parents. I didn't really, I actually, I did have the option to stay in Canada, not at my parents, on a farm for free, basically for work exchange. Um, but I just kind of wanted to get away from the winter, potentially one last time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So engage in your hobbies fully. Creative. Choose a modality of creative expression, and I don't know. This one's a weird one because this I think it's good, but it's when nihilism kicks in, it kind of can throw this one out the window. Um, so if you engage in your hobbies fully, those can be sufficient as modalities of expression. I'd keep going back to rock climbing. I never really got into rock climbing because it was a little bit on the pricey side, as a hobby. It's something I would get into. It's just pricey, and I'm a cheap hobby kind of guy. So like I do like I go dancing and different styles of dancing, and those are usually like community kind of thing, and they're cheaper, pay what you can type thing. So I do tend to pick hobbies that are also financially feasible. Um, I've been getting into music production, which if you have a laptop, that's basically you could pirate all the software and uh, and get going with that. Though I've invested a fair bit in MIDI controllers and some synthesizers, not a lot actually, because I buy them all used and I try to find the best deals on them. So I haven't actually spent a ton of money, but I have invested um, a fair bit. Not a lot, but something. And you'll find when you start to get serious about hobbies, they do tend to require an investment, but it doesn't feel bad to invest in hobbies. So it's like it's a nice thing if you have the resources to do it. Um, okay, I was saying rock climbing as a modality of expression is I don't know. I just sometimes I see on Instagram some rock climbers like doing some crazy like different like they'll leap across these things, and to me that is a modality of like expression. Like when I say modality expression, like something where you can express yourself. So in instance of someone leaping across some crazy thing and making a really nice jump between some boulders, and like I mean like at a bouldering gym or something, it's just like impressive. It's like, oh wow, that's like it's like all the like reflexes, strength, agility, all playing together to just for this one swoop, nice motion that makes it there. So that to me is a modality of expression because all these elements come together to kind of create something kind of like pleasing to see, like something aesthetic, something beautiful. So if you want to paint, paint. If you want to make music, make music. If you want to write and make poetry, do that. If you want to make bread, do that, but do it like make it like aesthetic. I don't know. Um, yeah. And then so on a final thing, collaborate, collaborate, and seek out collaborations. This part might be pretty hard to do. I don't know what your hobby will be. I don't know what your modality of expression will be, but don't be an island. Collaborate with people and make I don't know make content together. I don't, not necessarily for Instagram or anything, but make stuff together. If you can't find someone to collaborate with right away, start doing things on your own. So this is where I struggle. I do struggle to sit and be and do things alone, especially art and stuff like that. But I have to say that, for example, I wish I started it sooner. I've always wanted to produce electronic music, but the software was so intimidating for me, and I really struggled to learn software a lot. Like I really, 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 really struggle with software, because I fucking hate being in front of a computer. I fucking hate it so much. I still hate it to this day. But I have to say the one thing that forcing myself, going through the agony of watching tutorials. Some people can do it no problem. Some people can just learn, watch a tutorial beginning to end, and then just take it away. To me, it took me like 3 years to get comfortable in like music production kind of thing. Now I feel pretty comfortable in it. Now I'm collaborating with people, not on a big scale or anything, but I know enough about electronic music that I can jam, make some stuff, make some cool, yeah, produce some music with people and stuff like that, and it's quite rewarding and it feels good. Um, so yeah, collaborate. Yeah, work with people. Uh, if you are working a job and seeking jobs, try to I don't know. I hope that you have cool coworkers. I've usually had nice coworkers. Oh, another thing is, don't. This isn't always the case. Some coworkers will become your friends, and some won't. But be wary. I had the feeling when I was working my 9 to 5, I had some coworkers that I thought were really cool. But when it came to the 9 to 5, it was a little bit. Everyone after like 5 o'clock goes home and has their own life, and no one. This isn't always the case, but I thought I'd made some friends, and I did to some degree, but then I fell out with them. So I didn't really fall out with them. It just I've changed quite a bit, and it like my 9 to 5 more careerish job is almost like a past life of mine at this point. This mosquito won't leave me alone. Um, yeah. Okay, so let's analyze what I've just said. These are all copes because in reality, what my I just wanted love from another human, and I happen to want that human to be really hot. So, yeah, that's that was one of the pieces of advice: is lower your standards a little bit. If you're listening to this and you're early 20s and you're not getting any action, yeah. So big one: don't chase. Go to the gym. Again, if you go to the gym, strictly for muscle mass building, nothing else. If you want to exercise, pick something else, anything else. If you don't care about getting big, the gym is for getting big. Um, I think I got it. I got the mosquito. Fucking thing. Um, yeah, and also it goes with this, but have a good diet. I don't know. I guess in your when you're 20s, it's like kind of okay to eat whatever the fuck, but still, I would say just like cook for yourself as much as possible. Um, yeah. Yeah. Find hobbies, get invested in hobbies, um, and get invested in hobbies and begin to see how those hobbies open up communities, because this will happen. If you get into a hobby, I don't know what it is. I don't know what your hobby will be. But if you get into it hardcore, there will be conventions for it. There will be gatherings. There will be convergences for people who are like minded and like this hobby. So get into something, get into it hard, and start to, like, I don't know, follow social media or something about events where people are into the same thing. So I don't know, even if it's like painting Warhammer stuff. Um, if you love it, do it. You're not going to find any women there, but whatever. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's about it. That's about it. You just gotta do the things that make you happy, and basically don't chase women, because if dating profiles aren't working, they're not working. Delete them. Gone, 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 gone. Get rid of it. Um, and yeah, just go full on with the things you enjoy doing. Like, go fully invest yourself in it. Um, and actually, yeah, for exercise and stuff like that, I would try to find very community oriented events and stuff like that. Um, this is a pretty hippie thing, or new age hippie. I'm not into this so much anymore, but go to an ecstatic dance, give it a try. This is not for everyone, um, but give that a try. You'll meet a lot of interesting people there, and it'll open up a certain community. It's not necessarily a good one, but there's a lot of pseudo spiritual people there that kind of drive me fucking crazy sometimes, because their vanity is just about the same level of any other basic superficial vanity. It's just that they happen to be wearing like handmade hemp stuff. I don't know, and some mala beads made out of amethyst. So you might meet characters like that, and in that setting, again, if you go for yourself. Go. An ecstatic dance is like a dancing thing, and see what other events it'll open up a little world of events. So that's my advice, obviously, because that's just what I know. Um, Again, I don't do ecstatic dance anymore. I think they're a bit superficial. And yeah, and it's basically just another like mating ritual, where it's really what matters is looks. So yeah. But yeah, essentially find things you enjoy doing and do them, and and do them well. I think that's the main advice. Do it well. And who knows? I don't know. I don't know where that will lead you. But yeah, if you pursue something, don't just do it half-assed. Go all in, and also stop masturbating. Try NoFap or semen retention. Um, yeah, just try that. Go. I would say try semen retention for 90 days. Um, See if you can do it. I'm not saying semen retention is. Um, I don't think it's like will give you any type of superpowers or anything, but it might just free your mind a little bit and raise your awareness just a little bit, that you can start to see other areas in your life that you can kind of clean up and sweep up. Of course, also short form content, poisonous. I'm currently addicted to that. Very hard to get rid of. Um, but anyway, yeah, if you haven't done 90 days of semen retention, do it. Try it. And then only then you can say this was useful or not useful. Until then, well, if you haven't done 30 days, at least do 30 days. Journal about it, see how it feels. And it may take you a while to get to 90 days, because it's hard. It's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. So another thing is, know that it's hard to do semen retention. It's very fucking hard to do it. Um, and don't beat yourself up. So if you go 3 days at first and you fall off, and maybe see if you can keep a 3 day pattern better than doing it every day. So, and then see if you can get to 7 days, and so on and so forth. So you have to find your own rhythm for how to get there. But I would say don't discount semen retention as a viable, useful tool until you've done 90 days. And then after that, I feel like you can discard it. I've done 90 days, and I do think there's benefits. So they're minimal, but they're there. So, and I think if anything, that raises my awareness of myself, my self awareness, it is a useful tool, and I think semen retention does that. If it does anything at all, it raises awareness a little bit. So yeah. How long is this so far? Oh wow, 35 fucking minutes I've been talking. Um, well, I normally speed these up by like 1.3 or something before I post them, so it's probably not at the 35-minute mark as I say this. Yeah, and then the other thing, yeah. So is make art, basically. Make art, and art can be whatever you want it to be, but get good at something. So if you get good at one of your hobbies, you can have multiple hobbies, by the way, or you can have just one. But my thing is, even if you have multiple, get good at them. It doesn't have to be like you have to be good right away, but like strive to be better each time at whatever hobby you're picking up. It's fun. Um, yeah. Oh, it goes without saying, minimize substances. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like this one wasn't really. Yeah, like manage your resources, your energetic resources. So if you're going out to get drunk, think about the toll it's doing on your body. Again, if you're I think there was later bit. Yeah, if you're early 20s, it's doesn't the toll isn't so bad, but there is a toll, and I think like if you're going to get drunk and listen, if you're getting drunk and partying and you're having fun and picking up women, then I mean that's pretty fun. But if you're going out getting drunk and never having like you're never having like kind of the point of going, I don't know, I feel the point of going out, getting drunk and going to a club, it's basically a modern day mating ritual. So if you're going there and you're not getting any action consistently, stop doing it because you're poisoning yourself with alcohol and you're not getting the the benefits of of uh of poisoning yourself with alcohol, which is to hook up with the girl. Which by the way, drunken sex sucks. So but I mean if that's the only way, if you are getting laid and that's the only way, I don't know. I guess that's a different can of worms because I've never really been there too much. I did used to go to clubs and hope to hook up with people. The most I ever got was making out with some girls, but never a one night stand. Which in a way is I'm kind of grateful because the relationships I did have with girls were in the realm of sobriety, and they were I think in that way a little bit more meaningful. That being said, I did, you know, earlier in my 20s, I did take a girl on a date and got really drunk so that I could have confidence, and so yeah, so I did do that. But I don't know, I don't know. So careful with your drinking, careful with substance use and abuse. I like psychedelics, but I don't like. I've done acid like 2 years ago, and yeah, 2 years ago I did acid, and that was the last time I did any type of psychedelic. I haven't smoked weed. I haven't smoked weed in like 8 years, mainly because it just gives me paranoia and it makes me feel bad. So, um, I do believe like if you're smoking weed every single day, several times a day, there's a problem. Um, but I feel like smoking weed periodically just to, if it relaxes you is great. It doesn't relax me, so that's why I don't do it. So alcohol makes me sick. It's not worth it. Even though I do enjoy being drunk, it's not worth the hang. Like it's like 1 hour of drunk time for me equals like 5 hours of sickness. So it's not the equation doesn't work. Even though I really do like being drunk. So that's another piece of advice. Stay away from substances. Don't be like very like rigid about it. Like if I don't know, if it's a rare time with like, oh yeah, all our friends that haven't been out of town and we're coming by and it's gonna be a fun time and let's all like get together and hang out and it's truly like feels like a meaningful get together, then yeah, go have fun, drink, do the substances if you feel like doing substances, and if it's with people you want to be with. So yeah, if like also assess that if it's people that you actually want to be around and have fun and like get a little high and drunk or whatever you want to do with people you genuinely want to be with, like really think about that, then yeah. And if it's something that doesn't happen very often, I think if it's something that happens every single week, you might want to just consider taking some weeks off from fucking your body up. Um, yeah. Again, especially if you're just like not getting any action, like at all. Like I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't seem worth it. It's not like you can hang out, you can have a good time with friends. I hang out with like I just my life is full sobriety, not on purpose or anything, but it's just like you can have you can find friends that you can enjoy hanging out with fully sober. It's not hard at all. It's always a little fun to anyway. I don't know. I haven't been drunk in 2 years. Again, not because I'm an alcoholic. Like I've never was an alcoholic. It's just and last time I was drunk, I had a blast. By the way, it was great. I would do it again if it just lines up. That I just don't want to get sick. That's the reason. I don't know. Maybe I need to cut loose a little bit. Actually, yeah. Maybe I need to cut loose a little more. Yeah. Maybe everything I just said is worthless, and I need to start partying more and doing drugs and getting drunk. Though something I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, if you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, yeah, go to go to a festival. Go to a weekend long festival and take MDMA. I approve of that. As for real, I really do. Um, go to a festival, take acid, take some MDMA. Yeah, those that's a good combo. I've never combined those two, but I think that would make for a very good trip, especially at a festival. So yeah, if you haven't had that kind of experience, I would recommend it. Personally, I wouldn't recommend doing mushrooms at a festival, especially if you're very cynical and black pilled about looksism or whatever. Because I feel like mushrooms is gonna amplify that. Take drugs that will make you feel nice. So MDMA, get it tested. Um, if you can get it from a reliable source, get it tested. Usually at festivals they have testing stations. So yeah, test your MDMA, get some acid, put the two together, and have a fucking blast at a festival. And that's for you. That's not to like go and get laid. That's for you to go and have a great time. That's really the goal. That's the goal of all of this. If you're not getting action, then start doing things that you really, really want to do. That's it. Maybe I'll take my own advice and go to some festival. The problem is I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about a lot of the music like that I see coming out, and I personally think a lot of festivals are overpriced as fuck. And and I'm over the drugs kind of thing. That being said, if you've never done something like that and are listening to this, yeah, yeah, go to a festival, do some drugs, candy flip. Candy flip is MDMA and acid. Again, I've never done actually a candy flip. I've done MDMA. I've done acid separately. Both great. Um, MDMA I've only done twice in my life. I would consider doing it again. It's just it's a neurotoxin. So um, do your research if you're gonna do MDMA on the aftermath and how to like curb the the shittiness that you're gonna experience. Because you can sometimes like one night of MDMA can give you like a week of depression. So okay, wow, I've really that whole last bit I wasn't planning on talking about that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Try to figure out how to have fun. It can be pretty depressing not getting any action, but what the fuck else are you gonna do? You have to cope. So find a way to cope.